Alright guys, I'm repping PlayStation Play, so we're repping this. We're repping this today. Let's keep it right here. Let's go, Alabama. Alabama.
Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
Make the best game, all right, boys? We rival.
Alabama about to kick off to get this game.
Yo, 30 people watching. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Damn. Off to a good start. Off to a bad start. Welcome 20, oh now 18 people, welcome 18 people.
Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Every day they're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
And he's almost to them.
TV's up. There. That's why I'm looking up, bro.
Down marker there saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agreed it'll go his way. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Tigers will hustle to the line. Looking downfield, it's Gus Meyer. Bringing the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Makes the quick grab. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Sorry if y'all can't hear me.
Wants to go up top. Picked off. A turnover in their own end.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their offense up with elite field position.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air, it's Simpson. Under fire. He's going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Here's a heat. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the fifth-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. RPO complete to open the drive. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Open space at the 25. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
Back to throw, it's Green. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He turns it loose to the left. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Arkansas. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days, but how about
Sorry, the stream's
this
kinda laggy,
quarterback
guys.
keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he could advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
Coming out with it, it's Pauly. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. There he goes! Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's inside the 40, the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
I love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Green. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge bit of confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half. You can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's 4-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it, 4th and very, very long. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Looking for an open area to his left. Oh, he's playing with fire. He's picked off. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
And that's going to be a tough throw for the quarterback to make, right? He's right-handed, he's rolling to his left, and that throw is going way down the field. So he's not going to be able to get all the velocity he wants. He didn't have the accuracy either, and that's a bad combination, and that's a big part of why that ball was intercepted.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on 1st down, but it doesn't work. It'll be 2nd down. They'll snap it with a minute to play here in the opening stanza. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Tries to get it on the ground. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air on first down. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll go out of bounds at the 20.
Ready when you are, buddy.
Yard line and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Scanning the field, it's Green. Now sliding to his left. Lets it fly on the move. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Steps away. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Final play of the quarter coming. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll pull it down, and the ball's on the ground. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Razorbacks are on the move.
What a play.
The defense calls the time.
Whatever that was, it worked.
Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Green. Now rolling to the left. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack of just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. He's going to take off. Got the first down. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Razorbacks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Dropping back, it's Carr. Got it set up on the outside. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads it downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. The trickeration goes awry, and it'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Back has it. Buying some time. Trying to make magic with his feet. first down. Toss sweep to the left. Nice move to pick up yardage. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. To the air, it's Carr. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's loose. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Looking downfield on first down. On the run, fires downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Love. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's going to fire to the left. Pulls in the deep ball. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Clock's still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Unleashes one. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
Sets up the screen. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Notre Dame right back to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going.
And that'll be a safety. The ball was loose in the end zone. It goes out of the back, and they're probably lucky it wasn't recovered for a touchdown.
And these quarterbacks, they know they're playmakers, and they can make big plays, and so that you see more dancing nowadays. And he's dancing. He's got his dancing shoes on. He's going backwards and moving around, but at some point, we got to know to pull the trigger, throw the football away, not keep floating all the way back to the end zone, getting tackled.
He lobs one high down the left side. Makes the grab at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one?
Touchdown, Arkansas! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
He could not get it in. They were going for 2 to try to push this out to a field goal lead, but they'll stay on top by just 1. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a crease. It's locked. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
This defense is going to use this guy in a lot of different ways. You'll see him rush the passer. Obviously, he'll have his name called when the offense tries to run the football, but I love his coverage ability.
Looking downfield, it's Carr. Moving out of the pocket. On the run, deep down the right side. It's a big stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. He wants to throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Love. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Irish.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting the score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17.
CD Lamb, the Cowboys fan.
Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And as he throws, the quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up.
I'm sorry, I said what's up to you.
That pressure got too hit quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Green. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it on the left. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
Sorry if my mic's kind of broken.
Practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Makes the grab inside the 30. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. It's a fumble. Scoops it up. Still a live ball. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a 1st down.
How you doing,
came
bro?
up a little short.
Sorry, my mic's kind of lagging. How you doing, bro?
So the final period starts with a second down play. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Pressure coming. Deep shot for the end zone. Picked off.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover one man coverage. Just him and the wide out, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. That hole closed quickly. He'll get one out to the 6.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Makes the grab. It's Paul. The ball pops out. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Here they're trying to get to the edge. Oh, better look out. Oh, out of space. The 40. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Here comes the 2-point try. Trying to surge it in. He's not going to make it. Stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further.
Notre Dame 34, Arkansas 22.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Green. Starting to feel a little pressure. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense.
Looking to take a shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That is a tough one to take, to get an explosive play like that and have it wiped out by a penalty. They're facing a 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Stands in and takes the hit. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. This offense has it with really good field position. run it out of the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point in the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
The give from the gun. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
Really
What's up, Harper?
by the balance we've seen from this
Sorry,
offense
my
so
mic
far in the
is
game,
down
but I
here.
think you got to give a lot of the credit to their running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. And they'll take a knee.